A few weeks ago, at the California West Coast Regional in Irvine, we decided to do some pretty cool changes to how we do the business, and that coincides with what we presented, and that is what we call a sales program. Okay, it's a fancy word, and but it has a lot of meaning, and for me, it has a lot of personal meaning. I've been working with an amazing team. You just heard Cassidy speaking, Cassidy Barstorff, our brand manager for Jove and for the beauty category, has been working tirelessly with the marketing team, who have spent late nights, and working with IT, who again, it's a multifaceted effort to bring about something that we had thought about for a number of years now, but really takes a lot of dedicated resources, a lot of expertise, a lot of feedback from the field to get us where we need to be. So before we get into any of that and what a sales program is in our mindset here at the company, let me just give a quick introduction. My name is Ian Chandler. I'm the Chief Sales Officer of ARIIX. I sound like I'm 25, but I'm actually 34, which is still a very young age. I've been fortunate to spend the last 12 years in this industry learning from literally the best of the best, from Mark Wilson to Fred Cooper. Working together, it's been, boy, amazing. It's been great. I came as a skeptic. I didn't know what this industry would be. I thought it was, you know, people selling pots and pans over a dinner and getting in fights if their friends decided not to buy. Little did I know that, you know, I'd have an education, and after 10 years of being in the industry, 8 or 9 years of being in the industry, I finally realized that I could actually do it. It took me a long time, and it took me a long time because I'm stubborn, and I think I know a lot, and frankly speaking, I just wasn't open to the idea of doing sales. But I kind of look to myself as the everyday guy. There's nothing special about what I am, but there is something very special about what I've experienced and seen and witnessed. Not too many people have had the privilege to both spend, you know, 5+ years in America and in China and in Asia, watching different leaders decide to grow their teams. I mean, this industry, for everybody who says that they're a winner, you know, there's probably 99 more like them who think that they're winners, and the truth is, not everybody wins to the same degree that they may desire. And so I'm going to start with a little story, and it'll, I think, paint the point. So I'm in China. This was about 2 years ago. And for about 6 months, I had a team that was in Xi'an. I loved the team, good leader, tried very hard, very diligent. It wasn't for lack of effort that their team was not performing as well as they wanted to. And they were calling me, probably about once every other week, with just nothing but complaints. We're missing this isn't good enough, this isn't, it was very negative. And the negativity started to kind of turn towards, well, the company's compensation plan doesn't work, we're not getting paid enough, we're not happy, etc. And so it was perplexing at first. We looked at what they were doing. Again, it wasn't for lack of effort. They were holding meetings, they were talking to people, they were closing people. Their volume wasn't too bad. I mean, it was decent, and they just didn't seem to be growing, and not a lot of people were getting a paycheck. At the same time, I had another team who was kind of brand new. That first team had been around for 2 to 3 years. The second team had been around for roughly 6 months to 9 months. And they were calling about once every other week, just completely elated, just ecstatic. They love ARIIX. They're in love with us. They say this is the best thing we've ever done. We're so happy. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Please send my regards to Fred Cooper and Mark Wilson and Anita Shen and all these amazing people that are at the top of this company. So one day I said, okay, something is going on with these teams. There's something not quite right, because when you look at the numbers just on the surface, they both had roughly the same amount of sales volume in the team. They both had roughly the same amount of number of people enrolling every week, and yet one team seemed to perform so much better than the other. Okay, I'm on a business trip, and at the same time, I ended up watching a movie. It was called Moneyball. If you've ever seen it, it is a decent movie. I guess if you're a Brad Pitt fan, it's a good time, right? Brad Pitt is the GM of the Oakland A's, and he's led their team for the first time in forever to really close to winning the pennant. They did really well in the postseason, and unfortunately, because they're a small market club relative to other markets and teams, they ended up losing all of their star players that got them the small amount of success that they were starting to enjoy. And so literally it was kind of back to scratch, back to the drawing board. They're saying, well, what do we have to do? And Brad Pitt realizes he's surrounded by a lot of old timers, and I have no disrespect to people whose age is greater than mine. In fact, I find that I have much more to learn than I have to try to innovate or teach. Notwithstanding, in this case, he started to question whether or not kind of the good old traditional way of doing things was the right way of doing it, right? Something was funny. He wanted to win and didn't have a lot of money to spend, and going the traditional path probably wasn't going to get him where he needed to be. Well, he came across this fat glass, Coke bottle glasses nerd who had a crazy idea. He had an idea that you could use statistics and numbers to predict and find out better ways of winning. And in fact, there's a line in the movie where he says, if you could boil down winning to a single statistic, it would literally drive everything that you do as a ball club, from who you choose. Whatever is in line with that statistic is what you should do. Whatever is not in line with that ultimate end goal, you should try to change. It was a simple yet pretty untested and kind of a crazy idea that ended up, if you saw the movie, of course, leading them to doing very well in the postseason that first year, and has fundamentally changed the way that baseball now is operated. So I'm watching this movie. I said, that was great. It was entertaining. And I had an idea. I've got these two teams. One is happy and winning, and one is unhappy and complaining. They have the same volume. What's the difference? Is there a difference statistically, looking at the data from these two different teams, that we can extrapolate and use to say, what should I recommend to the team who's not winning so that they can be happy like the team that is winning? And so, it was probably 2 or 3 weeks of statistical regression analysis where we were looking at different factors, different behavioral factors, things that they were doing, actions. And after about 3 weeks, all of a sudden it was, okay, this is very obvious. It should have been very obvious. But there was something very different between these two teams. While on the surface they looked identical, you had the one team who was killing it. They were growing very fast. They were happy. Life was good. And the other team that was doing horrible. The team that was performing horribly, okay, try to guess what you think they did not have going for them. If you looked at the team lead bonus earnings, right, team lead bonus, the team that was unhappy had one of the lowest percentage of active reps not earning their team lead bonus, where the other team that was growing had one of the highest in all of China at the time percentage of people earning team lead bonus. In other words, it comes down to one very simple thing: duplication. Teams that duplicate grow. Teams that don't duplicate don't grow, even if they really try really hard with good intent. And what I mean by duplicate is 1 becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8, becomes 16, or 1 becomes 4, becomes 16, etc. Right? That's duplication. And when it happens, you'll make money in any company. That's why, even though you look at, I'm going to throw them out there, the Genesses of the world that only pay 39%. Yes, you can make money in that company if you duplicate. And there are people that make money in those companies because they're duplicating. It just means if they were duplicating in ARIIX and building the same way they were building here, they'd be paid a whole lot more because we pay more lucratively. It was a eureka moment. So, like the venerable Paul Blart, he's a mall cop, right? Guys, I've been around the block a time or two. I've watched and been privileged to literally watch and observe the best of the best, from 7 years at USADA to 5 years now in ARIIX, and the worst of the worst from both of those companies. Both from an anecdotal, here's what happened last week and I'm so happy because I title advanced, right? To, oh, I'm losing my entire team, it's falling apart. Anecdotal, but more importantly from a data-driven statistical modeling and analysis and financial analysis standpoint. I've had the privilege to watch thousands of people who are the best at what they do succeed. And I'm here to observe. I've observed for a long, long time, and it is my privilege to be able to report back to each of you who have spent time to be on this call what I believe is the fundamental difference between a $112 million company and a $1 billion company. And that simple, subtle difference is the duplication that takes place on your team. This is MLM 101. There's nothing hard about this. What are we duplicating? You're getting customers. Okay, whether that's you're making a one-on-one presentation, you're doing a party, you're doing retail, you're doing a large group meeting with 100 people and you're on stage, whatever the venue is and the method that you use to get people together to hear a presentation, it all follows the same MLM 101. This is Tim Sales' brilliant compensation. This is the boss. Right? Tim Sells will literally teach all of us how to invite better, to be very methodical and very successful at inviting people. Okay? You got to present something, you got to close, and you got to follow up. This is nothing new. You know this. But what's different from direct sales is that customers have an opportunity to eventually become a team builder or a partner to build this business. And when you can convert a customer to a member, right? It's usually by dangling something that they want in front of them and getting them to actually open their mouths and refer people. Typically in ARIIX, the easiest way to do that is by enticing them, teaching them how to get their products for free. If you talk to me or my mother or anyone in my family and said, you love the Nutrify supplements, they use them daily, they're a fan of them, if I could teach you how to get those for free, would you be interested? You'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who loves the Nutrify supplements to say no, right? They're all going to say yes. It's just a question of what do they have to do, can they do it, is it too difficult, right, etc. Obviously, once you convert to members, the goal then is to get them to go gold. The goal after gold is to duplicate 3 generations deep. Our #1 income earner worldwide, on the advice of Dr. Fred Cooper, followed this very simple pattern, getting 4 customers, helping them get 4, helping them get 4, and when 3 generations on a single line all got gold and team lead bonus, she was a senior officer, completely solid and steady, making $150,000 a year. The next year, she went and got her next line to get 3 generations deep, etc. I'm not going to go too far into the numbers. That's next week's phone call. Why do I bring all of this up? Why are we going over MLM 101, and what does that have to do with anything? Well, if you can make it easier for a brand new member, I'm going to call this person my mom, and I love my mom. She's wonderful. She's the person who would never ever go and build this business because it's too hard, she can't understand it, she can't do it, it's not what she likes to do. At the same time, she's so outgoing and so willing to talk to her friends and girlfriends and guy friends and family members about things that she loves. The only difference between the two is her perception of how hard it is to actually talk about Nutrify or Jove or any of the brands that we have. If I could make it really, really, really easy, like beyond easy, for my mom to make an invitation to her friends and girlfriends to come to a party and learn about this amazing anti-aging skin program called Jove. And she didn't have to be the expert. She didn't have to memorize anything. She didn't have to do anything. The presentation happened on her behalf. And her friends got excited as a result of the presentation, and they were more than happy to buy what is a great value in the skin system. I think my mom would say, oh, this is easy. This is fun. I can do this. I like this. I'll talk to more friends and have more of my friends hold a party. To the extent that that's difficult or easy, the easier that process is, I promise the faster teams will duplicate and grow. And so a sales program in this light is designed from the company to make that process as easy as possible. We've had some amazing marketing tools in the past, great tools for all of our different brands, and they're housed in our library in a very efficient, very logical pattern. The problem is my mother could never go into her back office, get a PDF for a presentation, put it onto her computer, go get a video from YouTube, she would never be able to put those things together in a way to ever make a presentation, let alone know how to do that presentation. So when we talk about a sales program today, I'm not going to focus on the invite part of getting a customer. I'm not going to focus so much on the follow-up, because those two things are trainings that you can get readily available from the boss today. That's where you should be going to learn how to do that. Tim Sells has done an amazing job of giving his expertise on how to invite people. What we are going to focus on is how to make a great presentation using the assets and tools that we are now providing to you to help people like my mom not have to assume the role of the expert, very easily be able to share with her friends something about something. And the first something that we're going to talk about today, I'll get to in a minute. Now, there's always the age-old question, do I lead with the product or do I lead with the business? And really, it should depend on who you're talking to, right? And this is just, you can disagree, but this is, boy, we've seen this, again, for over a decade. This is what everyone does. You want to get a customer, you typically lead with the product, and you can dangle the opportunity afterwards and say, why don't I show you how to get your products for free if you're interested. If you're not, just buy the product today and we're happy. If you want to lead with the business, generally you're going to go and show them how they can help other people become customers, how they can help other people become team members, etc. And so that's kind of the breakdown if we're getting to the nuts and bolts of things. And I share this again one last time so that we're all on the same page of what this sales program is. Now, there's always two types of people. There's more than just two, but in general, there's two groups of people when it comes to learning about how to build the business. You have those who say, you know what, I'm really good at figuring things out. Just give me the gist of this. Don't script me. Just kind of give me an overview of how the business works, and I'll take care of it. I've got it. And then you have people who are on the other extreme, which are, I need to see every single step along the way. I need to know everything. I need to script me. Everything is what they want before they go and make a presentation. We believe that the balance of the two is probably where we should land. And so when we talk about a sales program, here's what it isn't. Okay, it's not a replacement for your upline. It's not a silver bullet or a cookie-cutter recipe for success. What it is it enables members to take action as soon as they become a member by us removing barriers and empowering them to take action. And the action could be very simple. The simpler, the better. The easier it is, the easier it is to duplicate, okay? And all of this is going to increase the likelihood of closing. For all of the leaders on the call who have your systems and your trainings and your ways of building the business, please do not misinterpret what this is. This is not a ploy for the company to take away what you're doing. Rather, we believe we have the basic responsibility for all of our major brands and categories of brands to provide the basic tools in an easy format to close a warm market contact. So that's what this is. That's the intent. And we do this, again, as an ongoing living program. It's going to be ongoing living because we look forward to everyone who's on this call being a part of our ongoing quote-unquote beta testers. Right? This will only be utilized and used as you guys come back and give us feedback, said, tweak this, change this, we like this, we don't like this, etc. So it's going to be fun. Over the next 6 months, we'll continue to tweak this. I don't believe it'll ever be fully perfect. I think we're always going to want to evolve and keep this as a an ongoing improving system of tools, but that will work on our collaborative efforts, which we're all about at ARIIX. Okay? Real quick, to set up your expectations, tonight we're here to talk about one of the upcoming 6 planned sales programs. There could be multiple in the future, but the first is going to be based on beauty. Right? There's 6, and you'll notice it's not Jove and it's not Nutrify and Slenderize. Those are the brands. But because so many of our brands work together towards a specific benefit or a specific market, subset of a market of customers, it's kind of a no-brainer to list them by category. If you said, hey, come learn about Slenderize, I think most people would ask, well, what is Slenderize? Or if you say, come learn about weight loss, everyone knows what that category means, and so we decided that the programs will be categorical rather than by brand. Okay? The first that we chose was beauty. Now, why did we choose beauty? Because it's such an easy product to sell. Let's be honest. You put it on, you wait 2 minutes, you see the immediate demonstrable change that comes from using the instant tightener. That's powerful. Okay, so we said let's start with Jove. We just launched it last November. We have a lot of existing tools and assets and resources to draw on. Let's piggyback on that and kind of just simplify the entire process. So tonight, kudos again to Cassidy and the marketing team and IT for putting these together. I want to introduce what we call the Inside Out Beauty Solution. Now, this is a new offering of products that we actually just launched at the West Coast Regional and now will be made permanent. If you look at every single product on the screen and you talk to Deanna, she's on a plane to Japan right now, so was not able to join us, but she's scheduled for 2 weeks from now. Her and Tom Jackson will go through in lovely detail why every product on the screen right now will have a meaningful, tangible benefit towards the health of your skin, which yields anti-aging benefits. It yields long-term longevity. Everything you could hope to do to benefit your skin, you're looking at the solution for that. Now, why do we call it inside and out? Of course, because you're taking care of both angles. Literally, from the inside out, you're going to see your cells get healthier. From the outside in, you're going to see your skin have an immediate and long-term benefit with the products that are on this page. Okay? It's important to note we created a lot of tools to help make this work. Okay? The tools themselves are not the point. The point is getting my mom to be able to talk to her friends in a very simple way, whether it's one-on-one or a party, or she wants to go talk to a chiropractor and do retail, right? There's kind of a program for each of those, and we have scripts. So first, here's what you can expect to be using if you say, I want to build with this beauty sales program. I want to start really focusing on beauty. What is the company offering in terms of tools to help facilitate that? Well, it all starts with the program booklet. This is being published as we speak. It had the final renditions being adjusted over the past few days. There's a couple of tweaks from great feedback that we continue to get from our leaders. Again, this will be a living document that will be updated based on best practices from you and your teams and your leaders. But the booklet basically is going to walk me through, if I'm the person who needs the scripts and I want to see every single step, this booklet is my Bible. I can go to it. It will walk me through how to do a good one-on-one, whether it's an invitation or the presentation, the demonstration of the product, when to show which video, how to have a great close, some good lines that they can actually memorize or just read from if they really needed it to, on how to close somebody, right? Consistently, as we do polls and gather feedback from the field, we hear more and more that asking for money for most Americans is not an easy thing to do. So we have scripts to get the brand new member to say, I'll spend 20 minutes to an hour reading over the program booklet, kind of getting familiar with, okay, how to invite, how to present, how to prepare and set up for the presentation, how to demonstrate while you're doing it, all those things that they should care about. The program booklet walks them through it. They want to hold a party which I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say, at the risk of people disagreeing with me, I believe for this category, for the beauty category, anti-aging products, parties are the way to go. I literally mean that. Like, it would be the fastest way, and we've seen this in Asia, we've seen this in all of the areas that are doing great parties. They're growing, and it's fun, and it's infectious, and it goes from 1 a week to 7 a week to they have no more time for them to attend all of their team's parties, and that's a wonderful thing. There's instructions and tips on how to hold a really good party, and I'm going to kind of walk you through some of those later on tonight. So that booklet, we hope, will be included when you enroll with any of the packs that are focused on beauty. That would come with that and would be part of your boss, so that you'd be able to be a new member and get really excited and be able to do something relatively soon. Again, this does not assume the role of an upline leadership. If the upline wants to tweak it, have their special way of making things work, this is one way of doing it. It's not the only way, but for the orphans out there, we have to provide at least something, okay? So that booklet, again, it's been tested. We've gotten feedback from the Partners Council, from Founders Club members, from people who are building and actually doing it and are passionate about it. I'm excited because if you just got the verbiage of the script into my mom's hands, and she just remembered a few of the basic points, I promise she would do much better beauty program than she would otherwise. There's a home presentation for people who want to learn and become skincare, or that's their background and they're confident in making a presentation. We've got a killer home presentation PDF. It's great for groups or large meetings. That's what your skin experts really should be using. If at the bottom you see it says videos. She'll never be the person who gets up there and can walk through a PowerPoint and be credible. Snow algae, and she'll say, it's so cute, isn't it great? It's from Switzerland. And we're going to look at her and say, okay, well, your mom, how are you all of a sudden talking about skincare? You know nothing about this. And you know this, we've all seen it, or maybe you've experienced it yourself. Anytime that you try to talk about something that you have no expertise over, it makes you look foolish, it makes you look uneducated, and your prospect, the people you're talking to, typically tend to turn off. They'll go away and they'll just, okay, I don't want this. And I said this what if in California, and I'm repeating about healthy skin. Deanna Lung, to give her best pitch, her best present care on beauty, on anti-aging, on what ages your skin, on what makes you look bad, why we have bad skin to begin with, and what we can do as the solution. I think all of us we'd go crazy. We would get more people into our living rooms every single night because we'd be confident that she's going to get those people to understand what they need to understand. And of course, Deanna and Dr. Jinder, they're both very persuasive and excellent salespeople, so they'd probably help close you. But the point is, my mother shouldn't be the person trying to give the information about the products. Right now, over time, sure, maybe, but if it's her first week and she's talking to her friends and she tries, it'll go bad. We have created a category video, and this video assumes the responsibility of an why, the value, everything to get me as a potential prospect to go from cool to I'm willing to actually try this. Okay, no, she doesn't have to memorize anything, right? But it also gets her to actually pay attention and learn. And when she's learning from a video, which is the same, it's consistent every time, I promise you, after 4 or 5 times of hearing the same video, she'll have the major points down, and that learning will be a lot more effective than her trying to read or do it herself. So I'm excited for my mom, because now instead of her having to go to the library to presenters giving the beauty program, it's pitched. So for the next 3 minutes, I invite you to watch a teaser you end up looking like. So bear with me as I switch over to, and we watch together. So.
Do you ever walk by the mirror and think to yourself, I don't even recognize the person staring back at me?
Yes, biology plays a role in the aging process, but your outward appearance also reflects factors within your control, influenced by what you're putting on your body and in your body every day.
What are the signs of aging? What do we see? We see wrinkles and lines and bags and sagging, discoloration, but really they should only show up later in life. But sadly, because of our stress, exposure to harmful chemicals, it speeds up the process. So you're prematurely aging your skin and you're exposing your body to unnecessary toxic ingredients that harm you and age you from the inside out.
We asked experts around the world, what are the most common skin concerns people report? Every single one said dark spots, hyperpigmentation, fine lines, and wrinkles. In response, we created formulas to specifically address these concerns, starting with a powerful dark spot corrector and brightening cream. Our brightening cream moisturizes even skin tone and diminishes the appearance of dark spots, fine lines, and wrinkles.
We live in a youth-obsessed culture and expect instant gratification. That's why the Instant Tightening and Restoring Serum was created. In fact, beauty editors call it the Miracle Eye Serum that makes you look 10 years younger in 90 seconds.
If your skin is dry or needs a pick-me-up, our Prime Fractionated Coconut Oil is the perfect alternative to drugstore body lotions.
Lack of sleep accelerates aging. While you sleep, your body rests, repairs, and rejuvenates. The Calm Oil blend eases restlessness, relieves stress, and promotes feelings of peace and tranquility. The Optimals support overall skin health by diminishing the appearance of wrinkles and protecting your skin from environmental stress.
The Nolly promotes skin health, skin elasticity, immune system health, aids in collagen production, and adds protection from free radicals thanks to our signature blend of grapeseed extract, vitamin C, acerola cherry, and bioflavonoids.
Beauty Boost, a supplement in a bag, protects the structure and elasticity of your skin through the powerhouse Dermavol. Just add it to your morning glass of water. Its ingredients inhibit the breakdown of elastin in your skin, thus preserving a youthful appearance.
See, anybody can make a skincare product using the most convenient ingredients, but honestly, that's just lazy. We build products with a purpose. They need to be effective right now. And they need to also contribute to your overall health and well-being. Your future is important, and your vibrant health starts by making smart choices and healthy decisions.
True to our mission of promoting healthy skin from the inside out, our carefully crafted beauty solution will enable you to let your skin tell a story you love. After all, beauty really is more than skin deep. Pure, radiant skin starts here.
Okay, so that is the video. That's just a little teaser. The whole 10-minute video would go through and give the entire story. Why anti-aging beauty, why it works, why your skin gets old, why we have the solution, why our solution is better than everything else that's out there. Testimonials, social proof, everything you could hope to have for in literally a perfect presentation, we've combined it down into 10 minutes. And so as my mom goes out and brings her friends to a party, okay, what does she have to do? Really, it should all be about the fun, right? It's not about her, again, regurgitating a lot of information. It's about the fun and the experience for the people who are there. It's a party. So when they show up, literally, if you listen to Woodson talk at the West Coast Regional, she did it perfectly. That is exactly the type of experience that you would want my mom to be setting up, right? It's not going to be about, okay, you're here today to hear a presentation. You're here today to look good, to be envied, to look young again, right? Mark Twain is a quote, "It's nice to have money, but it's better to be envied." And I think what he means by that is people want people to give them compliments. And when you look your best, when you look younger, there's no price for that. People want that. And that becomes the focal point of what the party is. So my mom would get people there. You see here we have in the program book, we also have a sample outline of the party, right, with a timeline, etc. So I'm just going to go and read from that, right? Literally, my mom would start and do a 5-minute intro. She'd break the ice. She'd probably show her before and after photo, right? If everyone doesn't already have the Jove app, it's free. You can get it for your Apple phone. Go ahead and download that. Make sure you're using that, right? But I would have my mom prepare her before and after photo. Her girlfriends are around her. She says, "Look, here's why you guys are here. Look how great I look. Look how great I feel. I'm glad you're here. This is going to be a lot of fun." She shares that kind of first little thing and then says, "Look, I brought you here because I wanted you to get a chance to actually try it. So we're going to get messy. We're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to put it on me. I'm going to put it on you. And you're going to get an instant facelift that people are calling, as you saw in the video, the 90-second wonder instant facelift." When the focus becomes on them and a lot of fun, I promise it's not a boring party. So she would do the intro. She'd let them know how long the actual party is going to be to set up their expectations. And then she's going to say, "Look, for those of you who want to know why this works and how it works, I've got a great video. For those who want to just kind of jump into the demonstration, have some fun, give them the option," right? And most people will say, "Sure, I want to know what's in there," and then they've given their permission to be able to watch the video. Now, as my mom is doing this, again, I told you, she's not going to be savvy enough to go to her back office to get the video from the library, to go put it in the right place on a computer or whatever, but she could, right, recommend her friends to a very simple web page that has all of the content that she would want to share in order. So I've got to give kudos to Mr. Steve Schwartz. He's one of our original founders. He's a great leader and just recently title advanced to one of the highest levels in all of ARIIX. He's got, for the last 6 months, has had a great little website. It's about Jove, and it has, from top to bottom, it's mobile friendly and it's scrolling, and it has a lot of great videos and presentations. It pitches men, women, with a lot of testimonials and all the videos and things. It basically it's taken the library and put it into a presentation format. Well, we were shameless. We copied this brilliant idea. Again, it's a work in progress, so we look forward to your feedback to making it continually improving. But we copied the brilliant idea and we said, well, why make my mom go to the library and get that video and then get the order form and get all these different things? Why not just make the replicated website for the beauty category? Allow my mother to share, whether it's a one-on-one or in a group setting, all of the content that she cares about and that they care about in a mobile-friendly, obviously computer-friendly, we built it from the mobile app format that just scrolls from top to bottom, and the content they want to watch, it's right there to share. The content she wants to skip because they don't care, it's not applicable to them, they don't care about the never ever list, they don't care about what a phthalate is and why it's dangerous for the body, skip to the bottom, but allow my mom to be able to close a transaction at the bottom of the website so she doesn't have to go anywhere. If she opens up a link, it should have the link pop open, and if it doesn't open, then she doesn't care, then it's completely up to her how she does it. That way we're catering to the person who's the prospect who says, I need to know everything, and you're also catering to the person who says, I only care about the few things, right? So the video that she'd be sharing would be right at the very tip top of a brand new website that I actually want to share with you guys tonight. There you go. You are looking at the latest and greatest in your library. If you go to if you go to X Office, if you go to your back office, you'll notice under replicated website there is a brand new category. It's called Beauty, right here at the bottom. And if you click on that, you say make it active, then you can preview it. And when you preview it, Oh, I logged out. Okay, everybody, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second, and I'm going to go and log in for a minute. Appreciate your patience. That's what time will do to you. You log in, and you're going to see this brand new website from top to bottom that has all the content that I just talked about. So, for my mother and everyone out there who has been waiting for the library to finally just be in an order that they don't have to go and set up and arrange, congratulations. With this latest and greatest replicated website, you can literally tell the story you want to tell, okay, and it's beautiful. Again, marketing has done a beautiful job. So starting from the top down to the bottom, the first video is that 3-minute video from YouTube, okay. From there, we would imagine and envision that they then they shared the information and they jumped right into the demonstration. Our hope with the sales programs, if you talk to Fred and Mark and myself and the Partners Councils, is to have people like my mom, again, stop giving information, but really focus on the prospect and get them involved in doing something. We call it a demonstration, or you could call it a gimmick or a hook, a sales hook. I don't have the right word for it, but when my mom, all she has to learn to do is to do something rather than say something, she will do much better. Right? And so what you're going to see is she just has to learn how to use the tightener and put it on people's faces. She can take some of the beauty boost and give them a drink while they're watching that 10-minute video, right? She can use the calm oil, put some on their palms or on their wrists and rub it together so that they can experience the products. You heard me say earlier, information doesn't sell. You can't sell without it, but it doesn't close people to buy. What closes people to buy is the experience. You demonstrate visibly, look at the difference of your face. You just lost 10 years in 90 seconds with this tightener. And when people are trying it on there, I can't tell you how much fun it is when you go around and you laugh at people. And the people, my favorite thing to do at a party, honestly, is find the one person who's the skeptic, because they're like what I used to be. They doubt it. They don't think it's fun. They think their skin's perfect. And you go and you try the tightener on them, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to be surprised, elated, excited, and happy with the change that's just come over them, right? And so as you're watching these, as you're doing these demonstrations, we have additional videos that you can show to kind of just keep the fun going. There's a scroller. You see here there's a slider on the replicated site. So there's 5 different videos to choose from. One is kind of how to use the product, how to put it on. One is the brightener and tightener. And so there's all these different videos that you can use to keep the pace going. Silence is always a little awkward, and so you can click on this and just watch the video, and then my mom has something that's going for me. While you're doing the demonstration.
What is your view of skincare?
Well, this was my view of skincare. Right, so this is my shampoo.
Oh, you gotta love it. So having that to her complete disposal to say, you know what, I think we want to explain to people why there's a white crystalline matrix layer that will go on the skin to set the expectations. Again, rather than my mom having to memorize why there's sometimes a white residue, watch the video that tells them, and that's right here, all in sequence. So they've learned about it, now they're demonstrating it, they're answering questions as it's going through. It's seamless, it's natural, and again, my mom is starting to have fun, and it's really fun. Once people have tried it, they're excited, then it's very natural to go into the close. Again, in the brochure that we've got, it will walk you through a couple of sample closes on how to close somebody with the beauty solution. If we've done our job right, they should see the value. They should start imagining their life using Jove or using the entire beauty skin system, the solution, and that is what is going to get them to want to say yes when you invite them. Remember how hard it is for the brand new person to get someone to close and to ask for money? I can't tell you how easy it is if they just memorize 1 or 2 scripted lines that transition from the demonstration to the close. right? Focusing on value. So if people are at the presentation, the party, and they've got additional information, right here, this whole middle section is all the information or additional information that they could want or hope to have regarding the products. You know, some people like the numbers. They want the statistics on why it works. Some people care about, well, why would you include supplements for a beauty regime, right? Well, let's get additional information. All of this is available, you can see, at the click of a button to be able to get the information that they would need. If you don't need to go into extra detail, you just simply scroll down and go to the bottom. For people who want to know, is it safe? Is it tested? Is it effective, right? We have the white papers. We have the testing. Every one of these on the right is a link that will open up to a PDF that you can close and go straight back to your replicated site so they stay there in that same environment the whole time. Again, the wrap-up after they've demonstrated at the party then just goes into, look, you can go to the average department store and spend a whole lot of money, but these products are multifunctional, so they end up saving you a whole lot. As an example, right, just the Jove Skin System alone, it retails at $200, which compared with the $463 to $500 that you would spend at a department store is a bargain in and of itself. And if you want to lock in a discount, well, you can save an extra 15% simply by choosing a no hassle, no commitment, very simple auto delivery program that you can cancel at any time. The products are backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So $170 compared with, you know, $500 or more, you're saving a lot of money. It's a great value, a great deal, and the beauty solution is no exception, right? We have order forms that have already been created and ready to go. You can actually go to your library if you want to, and I believe there's a brand new section of your library. If you look on US, Canada, and you look at the different sections, there will now be a section called Programs. And in the programs, you will see beauty, and you click on that, and that will open up to all of these different tools that you saw on the list just now. What I'm looking at right now is the brand new customer order form. So my mom's at a party. Well, she can't talk through what the options are, but she can print out a paper or have me print it out for her, and then when she's explaining it, look, you can save 6% on the solution, it's retail, or you can save 20%. You save the money as a preferred customer because you get yourself into that no commitment auto delivery system that will conveniently replenish your product every single month. You can save 20%. If you don't want to go quite that much, you're not ready for the solution, that's okay. At a minimum, we strongly recommend you go with the Jove Skin System. You can still get that again with the same 15% discount that you can lock in for life tonight if you become a preferred customer. All that means is you set up an account that allows you to buy in the future, and we'll get you on auto delivery so you can have your products replenished. And if you don't like it, call up and cancel. 30-day money-back guarantee. So my mom gives the paper out, and she's able to simply say which of these options is right for you, right? And gives it a testimonial. This is a good time to give a testimonial to share how much she likes the changes she's seen in herself. The benefits are fun and tangible, and they've had a good time. This should all take roughly 35 to 40 minutes, and then it's done. It's not an hour-and-a-half long session about each ingredient in there. If that's what they wanted, sure, you could. But if it's not, for most people at a party, 30 to 35 minutes is done. And what you're going to notice in the brochure is we recommend right there at the point of sale to end the meeting. Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming to the party. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It was fantastic. You can save a lot of money. Choose your option, and we'll make sure you to get you going home with an order of these products tonight. Now, next week, I'm going to focus on a lot of the business little tips and cool things that we've tacked onto this program to make it even more fun and more simple to close people as customers. There's some things for people who decide to buy on site. There's some benefits for people who say, I want to buy and I'm so excited I wouldn't mind holding my own party. Well, if you hold your own party as a host, there's a whole host of extra benefits that they can get. We'll go through all of those details how it works with the compensation plan, how duplicating with that is going to grow your paycheck at an astronomical level next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. again. Okay, so tonight I'm focusing on what the new tools are, what exists, and kind of walking you through how the program would work for a party. And this could work for a one-on-one, sure, but again, I think parties are the way to go, and the field seems to be proving that. So she finishes the pitch. It said it's over. For those who want to stick around, however, we're going to have a little after party. Well, and let's say my mom's friend is Deanna, and Deanna says, you know, my mom says, look, Deanna was interested in these products, and I told her before the meeting that there was a way that she can get her products for free. She was interested, so we are going to have an after party. It'll take about 10-15 minutes for those who want to stick around. We'll go ahead and have an after party if you want to get your products for free. For those who've got to go, you can go give your order form over to such and such. They'll take your order. We'll get that shipped out immediately. And again, you get your free gift just for purchasing tonight. Thanks so much for coming to the party, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? That's all scripted out in a much more smooth format than what you just heard me say, but I'm giving you the gist, not the actual live performance. Then she goes on to the after party. And in the after party, there's some new assets that actually show a preview of what you're going to see next week, right? That's this right here. If you decide to host a party, and my mom can, this is real easy. I was, hey, you know what? If you host a party, look at this paper. You host a party. If one of your friends or guests decides to buy, as a host, you would get a reward of $33.75. It activates an account, doubles your discounts. You can buy extra products for extra discounts, and you get a free mini skin system, right? And she shares this in a very brief format and kind of paints the picture of, look, I do these all the time. I do party after party. It's a lot of fun. In fact, I do so many parties that I'm actually making money, not just getting my products for free. I'm making like ridiculous money for what I just enjoy doing. If this is something that you want to do, you're interested, I can show you how to set up your first party. We can plan on hosting that soon, and we'll go and plan that, right? And if not, that's okay. At a minimum, we're going to have you walk away with the skin system or the beauty solution, and you close them as a customer. Okay, you just heard me kind of walk through how we envision a party using the Beauty Inside Out solution program from top to bottom of how it could go. Over time, there's no substitution for practice. You're going to find the wording, everything kind of fits better, but that flow of the, you invite them to the party, and again, I won't go into detail on how we recommend doing that. That's all in the brochure. Invite them to the party. When they show up, you set up their expectations for timing. You do an icebreaker with your before and after. You tell them why they're there, and it's going to be all about fun. The focus is on them. It's a good time. You show the video, short or long, whichever they ask for. You go into the demonstration, make it really fun. You share a strong testimonial about why you love it, and you give them options to buy, and you close them as a customer. And then dangle the carrot of saying, you know what, as a customer, we can also actually get your products for free. Stick around for the after party. I'll show you exactly how they show for the after party. You offer them to say, join as a member. We'll get you 4 customers, and you can get your products for free starting today. They say, no, thank you. Great. Well, I'm glad you're going to go home with the beauty solution or the skin system and save a lot of money today with the money back guarantee. And they take it home, and you've got a minimum a customer. Ideally, you've got a member and a partner because they're so excited. It was a fun party, and they just saw the host, holy cow, I can get a lot of fun benefits and new products to try. So in a nutshell, what you saw was the program. Now, it's going to take time, and it's going to take effort for people to get used to this. So we're not naive enough to assume that everyone will be an expert tomorrow night. But I am hoping that after you take tonight's presentation, which will be recorded, will be available for anybody who wants to go back and listen, to share to their teams, to get an idea for what this is, and then spend some time to explore. Go through the tools. There's nothing worse than the marketing team killing themselves to make a great tool that then goes unused. I promise you this will increase the likelihood of closing customers and helping those customers want to host a party so that they can get their products for free. And when you hear how everything works next week, I think you're going to be as excited as I am that, holy cow, Sherlock, they could be onto something because it just works. It works with the compensation plan. It just clicks naturally. There's little, if any, barrier for my mom to get excited about making an invitation, for closing people, for presenting, for demonstrating, and she doesn't have to learn anything. She just has to learn how to you know, share a few things, go through the video, go through the website. So I again would invite everybody, go play around, go see what is available, go to your back office, activate. By the way, if I was using the website, my replicated website for all of the content, at the very bottom, you can actually transact. It's live. You can click on these. If you clicked on the beauty solution, it would go straight to your shopping cart, and they can close right there. If you chose the skin system, you can close right there. Now you'll notice we only have the preferred customer pricing and the retail pricing. We don't show member pricing. Why? The assumption is at the end of this, I'm going to enroll you as a preferred customer. Okay? If you are interested in doing the business, in the after party, you're going to make that known, and then I would scroll down and click on enroll as a member. Okay? You saw here, again, this is the PDF showing them how they can get their products for free. It has the same visuals that you can easily walk through, show them how over time holding multiple parties can actually make you a lot of money, etc. So that was all on that replicated site as well, in the same flow that I kind of just walked through. If they're interested, right now you can click on here, enroll them as a member. The whole idea is to put all of the content that you would ever need to get somebody from interested to a customer to a potential business partner, all in the good flow that works, with additional information if they really care about it, that will show them why the dark spot corrector and brightener, what studies they have and what those results are for people who care about the numbers. It's backed up with before and afters. We want to make this professional, but again, only if they want it. And if they don't need that information, it's not there. So this is the first rendition. You're going to see another 5 of these coming out over the next 6 months. I look forward to your feedback. More importantly, I look forward to your success as we remove the barriers for a brand new member to make it simple to present, simple to share, simple to close, and simple to convert. Again, going back to my slides. Oops, here we go, right here. To convert, I promise you, you're going to be like those teams that say, this just works, it's easy. And I don't care if you say, well, we're not China, we're not Japan, we're the US, we can't grow as fast. I take reservation to that. I think anybody can do this, and beauty is a great place to start. The brand is so demonstrable, instant effects, very easy to sell. Yes, you won't close everybody, and we're not looking to get 10 out of 10. But if you had 10 people come to a party, in my experience, just watching people beta test kind of this whole flow, you usually end up closing between 3 to 5, 6, 7 people. And next week you're going to find out why. If you can close just 4, it's a magic number. The whole concept of power of 4 really takes on a new meaning with some of the amazing changes that we have to the preferred customer program that were launched and announced at the West Coast Regional. So to everybody who's on the call tonight, I hope we've piqued your curiosity, piqued your interest, and gave you the know-how to go around and play around. There's some questions that have come through. I'm going to take a minute to answer, but before I do, remember, we want you using every one of these and just try them out. And then once you've tried them, come back and give us feedback. This is a two-way partnership. We talk about being true partners, right? That's why we have the Bill of Rights. That's why we pay 50% payout in our commissions. And as a true partner, there's no way that the company can ever supersede your role as our representatives in the field. So please give that feedback to the Partners Council members. You can call me directly. My email address is ian.chandler, C-H-A-N-D-L-E-R, at ARIIX.com, ian.chandler@arix.com. I welcome you to give feedback, questions. Of course, customer service has been trained. They're ready to answer any questions that you might have. But I'm excited, and you're going to see this evolve into what I hope really helps that brand new person get confidence to start acting immediately and just doesn't decide to wait until they're experts. If you got nothing from tonight other than there's some cool new tools, remember, go to your back office. In the replicated websites, you can get 2 of those for free. Remember, you can activate 2 of those at any time for free, and if you're on the paid X Office or you bought in a pack that already includes the paid subscription for X Office, you can have unlimited numbers. Go in there, activate it, play around with it, see if the flow works for you. We believe it works, right? But if you have questions, let us know. The library now is a brand new section for sales programs, and under sales programs you have the beauty category, and in that category you have a whole bunch of tools. Everything you saw tonight, from order forms to the program brochure with all of the scripts, everything that you would need to have will continue to be released over the next 2 weeks as we have these other 2 webinars. I'm very excited and I'm grateful for the chance to be able to take these amazing products and this amazing compensation plan and make it easier to build than ever before. Again, this doesn't supplant what your team is doing. If your team has a winning strategy and a winning program to grow and get customers, to get those customers to become members, then you don't have to do anything. But for everybody else who says, I'm willing to try something new, I want to do some parties, how do I go about that? Welcome to the Inside Out Beauty Solution Sales Program. I hope you enjoy it and find it to be half as successful as I think it's going to be. Because I'm fully expecting a year from now, the US and North America will be doubled in size and revenue, and you're going to be that happy team that calls me every week and says, we are so excited about what's going on, this just works. Okay, have a lot of fun, everybody. Thank you for joining. Let's take a couple of minutes to go through some Q&A, and then we're going to call it a night. First, will these slides be available after this phone call? Absolutely. If you still want the Moneyball slides, sure, I can include them, but otherwise I think we'll just refer you to the video that's being recorded of this, probably easier than the slides, but if you want them, you can email me anytime and I'm happy to send them to you directly. Second question, when will we have access to the program booklet? As I said, we got some great feedback last minute that we wanted to go and make a few adjustments with, so it's being published as we speak, and I would anticipate that by Deanna's presentation 2 weeks from now, you're going to see that go live with all of the scripts, all of the suggestions and tips for how to hold a party that will be killer. One-on-one, you can use a replicated website. In a party, you can use a replicated website. Whatever is most convenient to you. Of course, all of those resources are still abundantly available on joveskin.com and the library. That's all available, but we'll try to keep it simple on that one replicated site to have whatever you need. Again, adjustments, please feel free to get back to me. You can get back to anyone in our team. Third question, will these materials be translated? Of course. It is the worldwide mandate that all these programs will also be launched in every market, and each market has their own time frame to do so. Now obviously North America has languages in addition to just English. We're starting with English, but it will be quickly translated into Chinese and Spanish in North America for this program as soon as possible, and then as the other markets adopt it, it will roll out accordingly. So we look forward to having full support in all languages as soon as possible. That is, of course, a necessary part of our business as a global company, but you're lucky. You're going to be involved in kind of, again, this quasi-beta scenario where we're still trying to continually improve and see what we can do to make it more effective for you. So as we do that, we'll change the English, and then that will ultimately reflect all the other languages. So thanks for the question. Next, how will we have access to all of these tools? Again, those 3 major areas. Number 1, the replicated website that's now available. You can go activate it immediately. Number 2, we have a brand new category in a brand new section of the library under, oh, and there's a whole other section that I haven't mentioned, which is the retail sales program. That is also available. Where do you go? Go to the library, go to US Canada, choose on marketing materials and scroll down to the sales programs, click on the Inside Out Beauty Solution, and that will have all of the materials in PDF or JPEG format for you to download and have some fun with. Great tools, really good. Number 5, you said, will tools be available to existing reps as well as new enrollees? Of course. Again, everything is in electronic format that will be available. As new tools continue to roll out, we'll let you know over the next 3 weeks, but you can expect that brochure to be there on the 3rd week. When will the video be available? If you're referring to the 10-minute video, they are in post-production, wrapping up, I believe, the final touches. That should be available on Friday. The 3-minute video is actually immediately available and has been inserted into the replicated website. So the first video you're going to see on that replicated website was the one we recommended sharing if they wanted to know more about the products, right? That's the 3-minute video you saw. That is live and ready to go. The 10-minute video to all of its glory will be available Friday. So this is fun. It's so exciting to see all this come together, and it's been a lot of work on behalf of the marketing team, the sales and brand managing team, the IT department, operations to make all of this work. And next week, this is how I'm going to end. Next week, you're going to see how all of this works to get you a better paycheck faster. Because when that happens, you're happy, we're happy, and life is good. So please make the date. 1 week from now, you're going to see how all of this can tie into the compensation plan, how duplicating it works. We'll go into detail, we'll make it simple, and we'll learn a couple of important scripting around the hosting program that I believe will fundamentally change how we sell Jobay. It's going to make it a lot of fun. It's going to make it very effective, and you're going to see your business grow in ways that you might not have considered in the past. So thanks again so much for everybody joining the call tonight and your valuable time. I hope it hasn't been squandered, but for me it's been, again, very rewarding to see the process and to see the continued process. So to the next 6 months, I bid ourselves adieu and look forward to an amazing, amazing launch with the new sales program. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening, and we will talk to you all later. Have a good one. Thanks, Cassidy, again, for monitoring the meeting. I'm going to go and drop off and say good night. See you. Goodbye.